This is Biological Transitions in Adolescence, Part 1. We're going to talk about an overview of puberty. All development is influenced by a lot of things, right? Genetics, environment, including things like socioeconomic status, where the person lives in the world, their ethnic group, their nutrition or malnutrition, but even when the person is living, like the time in history. Puberty is technically defined as the period of time when a person becomes capable of sexual reproduction. But I really like this sentence straight from your book, page 14. It says, the most universal aspect of adolescence, which is puberty, is hardly universal because not everybody experiences the same thing when they go through puberty or at the same rate or at the same time. But what we're going to do is we are going to look at the characteristics of puberty that are common. And so your book calls those the 4 physical manifestations of puberty. So the first one is rapid growth, and this results from a dramatic increase in height and weight. And we will go over growth rate for adolescents in a few parts in this lecture series. The second one is further development of primary sex characteristics. So you should know that primary sex characteristics are the sexual organs themselves. They're the physical characteristics directly involved in reproduction. And these changes, they are the changes that happen. So further development of the things that are already present prior to puberty. So some examples would be like further development of the uterus or further development of the penis or the scrotum or the testes. The third physical manifestation is the development of secondary sex characteristics. So these are any physical feature that allows another individual to tell if that person is a boy or a girl. They're not necessarily related to reproductive ability or involved sex organs of the person. So these are things like breast development, widening of the hips, increase in fat deposits on girls, facial hair, lowered voice, development of the Adam's apple on boys. Universally across both sexes, it can be things like growth of body hair, like in your underarms or in your pubic region. And then the fourth physical manifestation is the change that the brain has. So because hormones fluctuate during puberty, this makes physical changes in the brain like neuron and synapses, proliferation in the cerebral cortex. This makes these types of changes. And then as puberty kind of progresses through those new connections that are made, like I said, those new synaptic proliferation, as we kind of change through those new neural connections, they gradually get pruned throughout adolescence. Most of this is happening in the frontal lobe, but we're going to talk about changes in brain anatomy. Actually, we're going to talk about all 4 of these physical manifestations individually. And that concludes this video.